How is everybody doing, and welcome back to the channel. Just got home from football, picking my son up from football, and had some supper. I've been home a couple of times since then. You know, yesterday when I did my tire rotation, I heard some clicking starting, and I just couldn't figure out where it was coming from. You know, I have my back of my truck up on my jack, and I kept rolling my tires back and forth to try and get it to click and make that noise, and it seems like it only does it when it's under load or underweight. So doing it like this, I couldn't hardly get it to do it. Every once in a while you can get it to click, but I just couldn't figure out, you know, what was making that sound. Now, you know, yesterday I did spray the penetrant around the rotors so I could try and get those off easier later on. And I just, you know, with me doing my own clutch and stuff like that, it just was making me wonder what the heck was making that sound. So I had my son follow me up and down the driveway a couple times, backing up, driving forward, backing up, driving forward, and so on. And he's not real amped, or, you know, he can't really drive a stick yet. So, I mean, he can ride his dirt bike, and that's a clutch, but he's never really been behind the wheel of my truck to be able to back it, you know, forward and backwards up and down the driveway for me to listen. So, you know, last night I did this. I put it up on the jack and was rolling it back and forth. I was rolling under there. I noticed my exhaust was rubbing up against my transmission housing, so I thought hopefully that was it. So I loosened up my V-band clamp at the back of the turbo and clocked my exhaust over just a little bit so it wasn't rubbing anymore. Went for a test drive, and that wasn't it. Tonight I just was determined I was going to figure out what the heck that noise was. So, you know, I was under there, I kept rolling around and looking and rolling around looking, and I believe what I've come up with is the rear universal is starting to go out. If you look on one of these, get this turned around, you can see this one right here, the needle bearings are coming out of. So I'm pretty certain that actually right there goes one right there. So out of this cup right here, and this is the retainer side, this is your bolt side where you have your clips, where you have your 8mm on top and bottom, and then this is your retainer side that's actually in your drive shaft. I believe this one here is, well, not believe, I know this cup is going bad because it's dropping needle bearings out of it. Here's pieces that fell out while I was digging around looking at that, and then there's, like I showed you before, there's a whole one right there. So I'm pretty certain all my noise, thankfully but unfortunately, is coming from this universal in the rear here. So, you know, I was talking to you before about doing you know, a solid drive shaft from tail, or from yoke to tail. You know, maybe I ought to go in and start looking for that just a little bit sooner, but in the meantime, this does need to be replaced because I do drive my truck every single day. So tomorrow morning, I guess I'm going to see if I can possibly drive my wife's vehicle to work and then leave half a day and come home and get that universal replaced. It also is going to give me a good time to possibly sit down and talk with the guy who painted the bed of my truck. You know, I know this guy, I've known him for a while, and he's done some pretty good work, you know, in the past from what I've saw. But, you know, I'm seeing things on my truck and I'm just not real happy with. You know, I did have a budget when this was, you know, all taking place. Now, granted, the passenger side was taken care of by insurance. Part of the bumper was taken care of by insurance, and then the roll pan was taken care of by insurance. Now, that left some money on the table to take care of some other things and issues that I wanted to do. I mean, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, but, you know, I debadged my truck. And if you, hopefully the lighting is possibly good enough to see, maybe not. You can still see the Dodge in there just a little bit. I mean, the tailgate was painted because of a spot right down here. You know, there was just a little spot right here, and that wasn't even taken care of very well. You know, that wasn't finished very well. You can still see some imperfections there. When, you know, I pulled these bushwhacker covers off, you know, I told you guys before, I'll take that heavy off, they'll sand the rest of it off. But if you look, you know, whoops, not with that in your eyes, you can still see a lot of the foam on there, and I'm just not real happy about some things, so I just need to talk with him and get some things taken care of as far as that goes. Also, on the passenger side where the bed panel was put on the inside over there, that was spot welded and then not covered up, just left bare. Well, we all know what's going to happen in Ohio by leaving that bare like that. That should have had at least some undercoating or something like that put on it. So, you know what, leave me a comment in the below and see if this is something I should address with him, or, you know, because I told him it is a work truck, he think he possibly cut corners. So, you know, guys, give me a little bit of suggestion in the comments. Let me know what you think. So, you know, there's also one other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about too, and that's last night's video. I wanted to apologize for the way that was edited in the beginning, and also because I forgot my music. But, you know, I could have taken it down, re-edited it, and reposted it, but, you know, we're only human, and I just wanted to apologize to you guys up front for, you know, the little mistake that I made in last night's editing. But I was kind of in a hurry to get that edited and get that put up. So anyway, it's just, I want to apologize to you guys for the little mistake in the beginning of silence. Tonight was just a kind of a quick video to show you what I found after doing my tire rotation last night. I got home late. It was about 7:30 when I got home by the time I ate supper, this for the last time, and got out here. You know, it was late. It was after 8 o'clock, so I don't really have time to do any work on the truck, but, you know, I wanted to do something and show you what I found and some of the things that, you know, goes on in everyday life. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow, later on. Bye-bye.